saying that I think Elon Musk believes he's president.
You're like, wait a second, like, come on, man, this is too.
Elon Musk has taken legal action, filing an $80 million defamation lawsuit against Whoopi Goldberg and the co-hosts of The View. The lawsuit stems from remarks made by Goldberg on the show, which Musk claims have severely damaged his reputation and personal integrity. The controversy began after Goldberg and her fellow hosts aired statements suggesting that Musk, along with J.D. Vance, was part of a supposed plot to manipulate government control in the event that former President Donald Trump were to be removed from office. Musk, the billionaire CEO of Tesla and SpaceX, contends that the remarks made on The View were not only false, but also intentionally misleading, painting him as someone involved in a dangerous and unfounded conspiracy. According to Musk, the statements made by Goldberg
Because I've been saying it for a while.
Yes, you have.
I've been saying that I think Elon Musk believes he's president. I do.
Well, you would call him vice president.
I've called him vice president. I called him president because I don't know what JD is doing. I hardly ever say. I don't remember the last time we even talked about JD.
Right. He's planning the presidency when he's going to get rid of Trump.
So you think it's Musk Vance?
Possible.
Mm.
Elon Musk's $80 million defamation lawsuit is being hailed by many of his supporters as a bold and necessary stand against what they perceive as biased media and a growing tide of misinformation. For these individuals, Musk's legal action is seen as an effort to hold media figures accountable and challenge the narratives being shaped.
But when you have deliberate, concerted, repeated pushing of hoaxes, you're like, wait a second, like, come on, man, this is too far.
And you're supposed to be the good guys.
You're supposed to, and you claim to be the good guys? I'm like, exactly.
You're supposed to be the progressives.
Yes, the Dems are like, oh, we're the good guys. We're the honest people. No, hang on. You can't claim to be the good guys. You can't claim to be the honest people. If you're deliberately pushing hoaxes that have been debunked thoroughly.
Yeah.
Well, we're like, even Snopes, which is a liberal thing, says it's bogus.
Yeah.
Like the Fine People hoax.
Obama just said that on stage.
By those in the public eye. On the other hand, critics view the lawsuit as a strategic power move by a billionaire to silence his detractors and stifle legitimate criticism. This high-profile legal battle is set to attract significant attention, with its outcome potentially setting a key precedent for how public figures confront media defamation in the future. At the heart of the lawsuit are serious allegations of defamation and slander directed at Whoopi Goldberg and her co-hosts on The View. According to Musk, the hosts suggested that he and J.D. Vance were conspiring to secretly seize control of the government. Musk vehemently denies these claims, describing them as entirely baseless and made with malicious intent to damage his reputation. His legal team argues that the statements aired on the popular talk show were not only false but also deliberately misleading, aimed at undermining his image and credibility in the eyes of the public. The lawsuit also underscores the broader implications of spreading unfounded conspiracy theories, claiming that such statements can erode public trust and further divide society. Musk's legal team stresses that media outlets and individuals in the public sphere must be held to higher standards when making serious accusations, particularly when such remarks have the potential to stir fear, hostility, or divisiveness among the public. Musk himself has expressed frustration with what he sees as the unchecked power of media.
The thing about this show, there is no way not to step in poo.
personalities to make reckless claims without evidence, believing that those who hold significant platforms must be held responsible for the potential harm they can cause. Supporters of Musk's position argue that individuals in the media should not be allowed to make damaging or unfounded statements without facing consequences. They contend that public figures must be able to protect their reputations from unjust attacks and that accountability is essential in maintaining trust in media. On the flip side, critics warn that this lawsuit could set a dangerous precedent, potentially curbing legitimate criticism and raising troubling questions about the balance between freedom of speech and holding individuals accountable for harmful statements. This case is likely to spark significant debate about where the line should be drawn between the protection of one's reputation and the preservation of open, unfiltered discourse, regardless of the underlying motivations. Elon Musk's lawsuit stands as a significant reflection of the ongoing tension between media freedom and personal accountability. The legal action has sparked broader conversations about the role of truth and responsibility in public discourse, particularly as it relates to the media's power to shape public perceptions. The case has captured widespread attention, especially among Musk supporters and those critical of mainstream media, who view the lawsuit as a much-needed effort to combat misinformation and restore credibility to journalism. Social media has been rife with reactions, as hashtags like #SupportElon and #CancelTheView have trended across various platforms. Many of Musk's supporters argue that The View has repeatedly made inflammatory, unfounded claims about public figures, and they see this lawsuit.
Okay, I need to clean something up because my cat lays in wait for me on my stairs all the time. And that's what I was thinking of that. I wasn't trying to indicate that they were actually standing there with their legs out, hoping he would trip.
As a crucial step in holding the program and its hosts accountable for their actions. In the court of public opinion, numerous commenters have expressed frustration with what they perceive as mainstream media's tendency to prioritize sensationalism over the pursuit of truth. Often to boost ratings or stir controversy, many of Musk's advocates emphasize that this legal action aligns with his broader commitment to free speech and transparency. They assert that Musk's primary objective is not to silence his critics, but to establish a meaningful precedent for ethical journalism. His supporters argue that the lawsuit represents a necessary challenge to media outlets that they believe often engage in reckless behavior, accusing them of prioritizing dramatic narratives over factual reporting. But on the other hand, skeptics voice concerns about the potential chilling effects of Musk's legal move. They argue that his immense wealth and influence could intimidate critics, potentially stifling dissent and free expression. These detractors warn that such legal actions could set a dangerous precedent, where the ability of the wealthy and powerful to litigate against media outlets could lead to the suppression of legitimate criticism. They fear that the power imbalance could result in a chilling effect on free speech, particularly for individuals or smaller organizations unable to defend themselves in court. Despite these concerns, Musk supporters continue to vocally champion the lawsuit, believing it is a necessary measure to address what they see as an endemic issue of misinformation and bias in the media. They argue that without such accountability, media outlets would continue to operate without any real checks on the harm they may cause to public figures or the public discourse at large for now. The case has ignited passionate debates surrounding the role of the media.
I was just gonna say,
She put me in the movies, right? A long time ago. So how much did I judge? Nothing.
Like they say in the
It was a freebie. Donnie, I love you. I'm telling you.
And they're trying to humanize him and change your idea about who this guy is. Don't fall for that.
Trump, you're talking about.
Shaping public opinion and the responsibilities of prominent media figures like Whoopi Goldberg. As the lawsuit progresses, it remains unclear how it will ultimately impact the future of media accountability and free expression. However, the outcome could potentially shape how future legal battles involving public figures and media outlets are handled, setting a precedent that may influence the broader dynamics of journalism and media law. The View has long been the subject of controversy due to its polarizing discussions and the strong, often unfiltered opinions of its hosts. Many critics accuse the show of prioritizing sensationalism over responsible journalism, a critique that has only gained traction in light of Elon Musk's $80 million lawsuit. Musk's legal action has brought these concerns into sharp focus, with detractors arguing that the show thrives on inflammatory statements, often targeting high-profile individuals to boost viewership. The lawsuit underscores a growing sentiment among critics that The View repeatedly presents biased narratives without facing the accountability that comes with broadcasting to a wide audience. Supporters of Musk point to previous instances where The View faced public backlash for controversial remarks, further questioning its journalistic integrity. As a result, calls to cancel the show have resurfaced, with critics accusing the program of contributing to societal division and spreading misinformation under the guise of entertainment. While some see Musk's lawsuit as a necessary step to hold the media accountable, others view it as a catalyst that could push networks to reevaluate their editorial standards and place